Not that you should, but if you were inclined to set aside the many points of substance that we just covered about last night's vice presidential debate, as well as those we did not get to, even the most extreme critics of Governor Sarah Palin would be left with one undeniable concession. In our fourth story tonight, Palin brought a folksy, outside-the-beltway style to the debate that the pundits, politicians, and voters across America just have not seen before. Or have they? Palin spoke consistently about McCain and herself as mavericks, as part of a veritable army of mavericks working together in lockstep, the way mavericks do. And especially about herself as a Washington outsider who can bring real reform to Washington, even openly stating that the Bush administration has made mistakes, blunders, she said, something other Republicans are reluctant to do, unless they too are up for election. Here is one such remark.
We had that track record of reform, and I've joined this team that is a team of mavericks with John McCain, also with his track record of reform, where we're known for putting partisan politics aside to just get the job done.
Using bipartisan reform to get the job done, to get results. Reformer with results. Not exactly a typical Republican campaign theme, but the kind of thing Washington hasn't seen in a long time. In fact, despite her self-portrait as a Washington neophyte qualified to clean the town up by virtue of her outsider cowboy status, the consummate inside Washington GOP group GOPAC told Countdown tonight that in 2005, during Palin's gubernatorial campaign, she signed up for GOPAC training. GOPAC, Newt Gingrich's former group, specifically created to train new Republican politicians around the country to carry water for GOPAC's Republican establishment agenda. And so, while Governor Palin spent much of the debate claiming she represents a change from the Washington of George W. Bush, she marches in lockstep with his policies and outlook.
Look, global warming needs to be taken very seriously, and I take it seriously. But science, there's differing opinions.
There are real changes going on in our climate, and I don't want to argue about the causes.
More to the point, the people around her, the top-level campaign staffers crafting her message of change and reform are almost all from the inner circle of the same Bush campaigns and administration from which she offers that change. Small surprise, then, that even in the very act of claiming that her background, her experience qualify her to offer us that change from Bush, she does so while sounding almost exactly like Bush.
Oh, man, it's so obvious that I'm a Washington outsider.
Look, I fully recognize I'm not of Washington.
We're tired of the old politics as usual.
I cannot let this go by, the old-style Washington politics.
Positive change is coming, though. Reform of government is coming.
But if you want change,
we're going to forge ahead with putting government back on the side of the people and making sure that our country comes first, putting obsessive partisanship aside.
You need to get somebody who knows how to bring Republicans and Democrats together to get positive things done for America.
I think Americans are craving something new and different.
It's time for a fresh start. It's time for a new look.
And that new energy and that new commitment that's going to come with reform.
It's going to require a new spirit.
That's what I've done as governor.
It's been my record as governor of Texas.
Take on my own party when I had to and work with both sides of the aisle.
To reach out across the partisan divide.
Appointing those who would serve regardless of party, Democrats, Independents, Republicans.
To say to both Republicans and Democrats, let's come together.